Hey everyone, TNT here. All right, so if you watched the last video that I posted, I said that basically the YZ490 was going to be put on the back burner because of a part that I needed that was not going to be shipped for at least half a month. And then I actually got another email and it was delayed even more. Another 2 weeks it was going to be delayed. So I wouldn't be seeing that part until mid-August. So I decided that the YZ490 would be put on the back burner and I would move on to new builds for the channel. Well, after posting that video, a local friend of mine got a hold of me and said, hey, have you contacted Yamaha Canada to see if you could get that part? And I said, well, no, I haven't, because most of the time whenever I contact a local retailer or even another parts retailer in Canada, they can't get the part, or it's going to take months to get it, or it's going to take a month to deliver it, because most of the items come from back east. And he said, well, I'm going to contact a local motorcycle shop and I'll get back to you. So he contacts a local motorcycle shop in Coquitlam, and they actually can get the Kickstarter spring within, I think it was a couple of days. And I'm like, wow, like I think they actually have one of those retailers very close to me where I used to live. And I said, you know what, I'm going to contact them and they should be able to get it at the same time. So I phoned up Checkpoint Yamaha in Abbotsford, BC, and I said, look, I'm looking for a 1983 YZ490 Kickstarter return spring. Can you get me one? And he goes, okay, well, hang on, let me look. And he says, 1983, wow. And then all of a sudden, he kind of goes silent for a second. Then I can hear a bit of cussing in the background. I'm like, hey, is everything all right? And he's like, 1 second. And he hangs up, or he puts me on hold. And then he comes back, and I said, hello? And he goes, yeah, hello. And I said, so are you able to get me one? And he goes, actually, I've got one. And I said, like, in the store? He goes, yeah, right beside me. And he was as shocked as I was that they had a spring from 1983 sitting there. It was obviously new on the shelf, old stock that they had lying around for years and years. So it also tells me that that spring was more than likely an issue for the YZ490s. So I'm going to show you the spring now, and then we're going to install it. And even though I don't have the petcock for the fuel tank, I've got a device that I made to be able to get fuel down there, and we're going to get this bike started today. All right, so the shop is a complete disaster right now. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk to you about something else and what I've been doing while I've been waiting for parts, and how things are going to change here in my shop real soon. All right, so here it is. This is the packaging from that spring that I picked up at Checkpoint in Abbotsford. Here is the brand new spring, and here is the old one. So there's the tab that goes inside that Kickstarter shaft. Look at the difference in length. It was exactly what I thought, about an 1/8 to 3/16 difference. So this piece broke off at some point, and it's not while I've owned the bike. It was definitely prior to that. But anyway, we got it, and let's get it in there. By installing the washer, it goes into the back. Make sure I got that gear in there where it's supposed to go. This part's a little bit tricky, getting this spring. Well, first let's put it on the right way, shall we? Getting this spring to fit into that little hole. Oh, actually got lucky there. Found it right away. And then this part here, getting this to go all the way in. There we go. Okay. Now, pull this spring around. Make sure it's right where it's supposed to go. right. Okay, well, spring didn't snap back that time, so let's get some oil in here. All right, guys. So here's my my $10 makeshift fuel test canister. What this is I actually got this idea off YouTube. There's other people that have done it. Maybe their parts are a little bit different than what I have, but the concept is the same. So I didn't film on how I made this. At least I don't think I did. I'll have to go back and check. But you can easily find out how to make one of these little things on YouTube, or you can actually buy one. There's companies that make this. It's just, for me to get one, I was going to have to get it out of the States. It was just going to take way too long, so I just made it. So aluminum and or whatever kind of metal this bottle is, water bottle. This was 50 cents at a local thrift store. This filter right here was actually a filter for I think steel gas-powered equipment, as well as this fuel line hose. Actually, I think I had this fuel line hose for bikes, but it was cheap too, like maybe a couple of bucks a foot. JB Weld, which I had laying around, so I drilled a hole in the bottom, stuck this fuel filter down inside, and JB welded it. Then my wife picked me up a lanyard at the dollar store. So that is it. And then I've got a shut-off valve over here that I'll show you that I also picked up, and it just runs right into my fuel line. So right here I've got a shut-off valve that was also for steel gas-powered lawnmower or what have you, and then a line that runs down into my carb, which is the original fuel line. So I just put this one right on there like that. Take this cap off. I drilled a hole in the top of this cap for a breather, and then I just put fuel inside there up to about that, and I've got a little test tank, and then I just drain this back into my jerry can after. Absolutely amazing. bit. She started to lean out there a bit. I'm not sure if, I'm thinking maybe my bottle dropped here a little bit too low. And yeah, so my test bottle, if you can see in there, I got no fuel in there. That's because of that little tab that I, or that little end that I didn't cut off in here. Wow, that gobbled up some fuel. Holy cow. That gobbled up all of that fuel. That's crazy. Okay, well, we'll put some more fuel in it. We're going to let it cool down for a bit here, and then we'll get it fired back up. And I think I need to adjust the idle for sure. So we'll get this loosened off, and we'll get that idle tuned up. All right, let's get it fired up again for the second time. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up the bike portion of this video. I'm extremely excited. It feels so good inside when the bike finally starts up for the first time and it's running reasonably well. I think it's a little rich right now. Could be just waiting on the rings to seat properly. So I may have to drop the idle jet and maybe even the main. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's going to be it on the bike portion of this video. Now, I want to talk to you guys very quickly about a couple other things. People that just want to hear about the bike, the video is kind of over, and I thank you for watching and everything. But so during this whole pandemic time and making it very hard to get parts, I did stay busy on something else. And it wasn't taking away from the bikes at all. I honestly did not have parts to be able to work on the 490 at all. Plus a few other things happened. I wound up breaking my wrist, and I wound up breaking a rib and a few other things. But I didn't stop. I kept going, and I'm going to quickly show you what it is that I kept going on that's going to really help with keeping the motorcycle builds moving. All right, so here it is. All right, so if you watched previous videos from the past year, I said that I was building my wife a brand new shop for her hobbies and the things that we do together. And there you have it. That is the shop that I built. I'll post videos of this shop being built on our new channel, my wife's and my channel, once the shop is complete. Basically, the new channel is it's going to be about projects that me and my wife do, and then, you know, things like working on my truck, or maybe even restoring, rebuilding some other things, such as, you know, things like old chainsaws, and I have some old drills and things like that that I'm planning on restoring and rebuilding. Now, all of this will not take away from this. The TNT Moto channel takes priority over everything, but it takes a long time sometimes to get parts, or it takes a while to be able to sometimes just get the finances to be able to order parts for the bikes. So that's, you know, some of the reason why things slow down, and I need to keep busy and doing some other things. That's the reason for the wife's new shop that we'll be working in. Now I'm going to be posting another video soon on what the new projects are going to be for the channel. I can tell you right now, I'm just going to brush by. They are going to be red. Okay, back to the red bikes, which I seem to have considerably more luck with. And parts availability and cost is greatly reduced for the red bikes as well. But you know what, it's been fun building this 490 even with all the challenges, and I'm super excited that it fired up, and we're getting a lot closer to being able to take it out to the track and get it all tuned up and dialed in. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for the It's Alive YZ490 video. I'm so excited. Can't wait to get this project done and get it out onto the track. I want to thank you all for sticking through this whole thing and coming back and watching my videos. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave some comments, share with your friends, and I'll catch you all next video.